Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pseudos Crochet and More. This is your host Crystal. Today is going to be a close-up on the yarns in the back room. This is going to be all on the left side of the wall. So here we have, now I know I got a close-up of it. It's some of the oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of it. It's the same brand that was from the camper that was in yesterday's video. This is their Scout. Catherine something or another. And I do apologize. I just cannot remember the name, and it's kind of abbreviated on the front of the label, so. But they had a lot of colors in this Scout line. And then we have some Silky Wool by Elizabeth Loveland. Lavold. I'm probably butchering the name on how to pronounce it, so I do apologize for that. That is all of that, the different colors that are available. And they weren't like hanked up, they were just kind of like wrapped in a like a tube type style, I guess. That's what I'm going to call it, because it's not hanked, because it's not twisted or anything. And there's some more information. The color, that was in cardamom, the color name. It was kind of closer to the barcode. Then we got some Universal Yarn Deluxe DK Superwash. It's 100% Superwash Merino. And a lot of colors, They had some that were like not quite variegated, but it kind of had a marbling coloring to it, like that brown one there. Maybe a light stonewash color. And there's some more information. It does recommend a crochet hook size 5mm. And then there's some perennial Kelborn wool. Kelborn, that's what it is. Kelborn. That's the same company that was up in the top that I showed you, the Scout. That was all that was a different one. That one I think was the perennial. Maybe it was the same. It was just in two different buckets. Got that information. And then the color was neon pink. That was really bright, actually. I don't know if it's picking up true to color on the voiceover, but it was pretty bright pink. And they had some more Alpaca Yarn Company, Symmetry, U.S. grown, processed, spun, and dyed. Interesting. They had quite a few colors. By this point, the store had kind of died down because everybody was going home from the Green Day festival that was right outside the shop here. And I will be linking their online site as well as their Facebook page for the You and Me store. Back to Black. Kind of interesting. Back to Black. And then we have some classic alpaca tweed in the DK. I think there's the DKs and the 2-weights or sport weights were kind of mixed in together along this wall. A lot of colors. I was trying to make sure that I just got that brand. Now that they did change, the label does look different on some of them. And there's that dongle. I'm guessing that's the tweed part, the little pieces of tweed in there. And then they had bamboo pop for $8, which I thought was a good deal. I do know that Universal / Premier is discontinuing some of the colors of this on their website. So you may actually, they may have some of those cheaper than the $8, but I thought $8 was good because the last place I went to, I think they were $11. So, I mean, I know this is Pennsylvania versus Virginia, so the pricing may vary slightly depending, again, on location. That was the pastel dots, which I think is one of them that they're discontinuing. They have that on the clearance page on Premiere, and I think it's on Universal. They kind of do some of those yarns on when they clearance them from Universal. They do show it on Premiere's website underneath the clearance sales or weekly sales. And they had the Fiber Nature Cobblestone, which is, I think that's a superwash. And they had the Bamboo Pop Sock. It's interesting on how those are in a ball. Those are like wound up as a ball, and the regular Bamboo Pop is in like a tall donut style. There's that information. It's 55% bamboo and 30% cotton. I think there was something else in that too, because that doesn't equal 100%. So I must have. LMA Marmol. There was a lot of pretty colors in this one. I see that this at another location. I might grab it depending on the price. So I have to be, everybody has an allotment for how much you can buy for yarn, and next week I'm going back to another yarn store that I've recently visited. Those were really soft, and I did like them. They're a Old English marble. That's what it's called. That's what it says. They did, like I said, they did have a lot of LRA in here, and ones that I have not seen at other places. They had the LRA Eco Tweed. It's a sport weight. It's 75% merino wool and 25%, I missed that, nylon. I missed it. I think it was nylon. I think I was trying to grab one. Some of them were kind of hard to get. Amethyst. I love the different colors of purple. And amethyst, I think, is my favorite color of purple, to be honest. Now, I do occasionally, if a brown or a green calls out to me, I will pull that instead. But if I see something that's purple and it just calls to me, that's the one I grab to show you guys. I don't know what I was trying to do. Maybe put it back. I don't know. There might have been people still in the store at this point. And then they had the regular Noro Silk Garden sock. In Monday's video, you'll see the Garden Light, just regular light. The 3-weight. This one's going to be like, I think, a 2-weight, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a 2-weight. Those were pretty colors, too. Pretty colors. I know I get one of them that has an X through the washing, and I think it might be one of their 100% wool for the Noro. I think the lady Joan that owns the store that I've been talking to and that was there on Sunday, you will be seeing this on Wednesday. I'm trying to get all the voiceovers done and ready for the week. This one is the Sonata from Noro. It's a 2-weight as well, I do believe, and this is in the Hank form. And I did ask how much this was, and I think it was either 30 or 40. Don't quote me on that. Joan, if you're watching this, you can go ahead and throw in how much that goes for at your store in the comment section below. And then they had Rowan Felted Tweed. 50% wool, 25% alpaca, 25% viscose. Lots of nice colors. Friday, just to let you know, I'm going to have a bonus, an extra video Friday for what was purchased at the store and what else I purchased on my travels back from Pennsylvania to Virginia. So we did stop at a few locations because there's places that we don't have in Virginia that my husband's like, oh, let's stop here, let's stop there. So See, I picked out an orange color. I thought that was a pretty color. It's so interesting on how, and I get it, local yarn shops are more for knitters, but a lot of crocheters do pop in these places because they do like the high-end yarns when they make special items, which I can totally agree with that. If you're making something so special and you want it for yourself or even for anybody else, friend, family member, that you want them to have it for a long time, I would go to a local yarn store and get the yarn that I'm looking for, because some yarn is, you really need a special stitch for some of these yarns because you want to be able to showcase them. You know, knitting, I think that does showcase the yarn, to be honest. It does, to me, it doesn't matter what yarn you get, but some people prefer using wool and or alpaca and mixed with something else, or just straight wool. They didn't have all this stuff when they started making with yarn. I don't think acrylic was available back then. It was mainly wool, and nowadays alpaca, you know. So it's nice to have a variety to choose from when you go to these places. And I know some of them do carry ones that have acrylic in them, and some stores do not. I'm not sure if any of them that I saw here had any acrylic. I could be wrong, but I think it was mainly wool blended yarns or cotton blend yarns. Ella Rae Silky Kid, which I would put that with another yarn to give it that fuzz appearance. Knitting or crocheting that by itself, I think that would be kind of, in my opinion, that would be kind of hard. Now, other people may not have that problem. And then they had Ella Rae Cashmerino Sport. It was 55% merino. There was acrylic in that. I did see acrylic. And there was cashmere too. That had a shine to it. I see that somewhere else again. And if it's at a reasonable price, which, you know, everybody, it's what you're worth, what you think the yarn is worth. Now, some yarn may not be worth what, you know, the asking prices, and some are actually below what you think it might be worth. So you can see that 12% cashmere, 33% acrylic, and 55% merino. I want to say that there was actually a lady in there purchasing some of that when I got there yesterday. She was checking out lots of pretty colors in that one. All right, and then we got Indulgence from Knitting Fever. It's a kettle dyed fingering. Lots of colors in this. Lots and lots of colors. And it is a one weight. I'm not sure if I grabbed a pink. It's extra fine merino superwash wool. I tried to get some information on that, like, you know, a history about it, but I don't think I found anything like that. It just had the information for how many yards it is, the washing instructions, and the weight of the yarn. And again, here's some more Camper by Calborn Woolens. Now this was up in the front, so this must be more of what they carried up front. So this is a newer, unless this is a different size. I don't think there is a different size for the Camper. I think it's all one size. She just has it in two places, up front with the new, and then in back with the other yarns. Calborn. I might have to see if I can find at least a 3-weight in the Calborn yarn lines. I was trying to get the color for that one. Scarlet Heather. I didn't see any heathering in it, but might be. And then we've got Madeline Tosh Merino Light, which I do believe this was a 1-weight. even though it says light. I don't think it was a DK. Because I keep looking for at least a DK by this Madeline Tosh. Because everybody tells me, I've seen comments in previous videos when I've shown Madeline Tosh that I should try it because it's a really nice yarn. But it says it's a light, but on the label it says it's a super fine one. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe it's the difference between location on how it's labeled. And then she does have some hempathy. That is a cotton, hemp, and what was the other one? Cotton and hemp, and there was a third one, a modal mix. Now I still have to try the ones that I picked up from the last location that I was at the New River Art and Fiber. I did get some of those. And those are 2 weights. The ones that I just showed you. And then we got the Watercolor Sock by Lanes du Nord. I don't know, I'm probably saying the DU part wrong. It might be Dois, I don't know. It's made in Italy. And I'm guessing there's enough there to make 2 identical socks. And it's 75% Lana mucilage free and 25% nylon. It is with a color-free treatment. I'm not sure. First time I've seen things like that. Then we got the paint sock, 75 wool, 25 nylon, which I think this was a 2 or a 1. I do show you in a purple color, purplish and blues. Looks like there's a red and brown in there too. Ooh, there was more colors than outside. And this one is also made in Italy. And it's 458 yards or 420 meters. And then they had some of those on display, actually on like a foot model, a foot to model socks. And then we have some Madeline Tosh Prairie, which is 100% merino wool. I think that was a 1 or 2 weight. I think maybe oh no, this was a 0. This was lace. I think 0 is lace, and that's in the color Hepburn. And then they had some Lana Gatto Palettes, 100% polyester. And those are those ones that have the bling that you can add to your yarn to make it sparkly, or, you know, it's got the bling. This one's made in Italy as well. And they do have their website on the label, lanagato.com. Philo sock, which is an 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. It's by Kim Dye's Yarn. Now I have a lot of I think every one of them that I've been to in Virginia has had Kim Dye's Yarn. This one's in the color Rose Hip Tea. Sugar Cookies Sock. Okay, I just noticed that. That was interesting. And then they had the Trekking, 75% new wool superwash and 25% nylon. Those were in the XXL, so those were the bigger skeins of yarn. And of course, this is made in, I think, Germany, so translating that can be kind of hard. I mean, it's kind of, you know, the norm with all that. Now we had some flax lace, which is 100% linen. And this is by Fiber Natra, I think, which is part of the Universal Yarns line. And that stuff, if I'm not mistaken, would make a very good bag. All right, that's that for today. I hope you all enjoyed the left side of the back room. Again, that was weights from like DK, well, lace weight up to DK. Check back tomorrow for the next section. I do believe the next section is going to be the center island, the center island and everything that goes around that island. So look out for that one to post. All right, well, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you've ever used any of the yarns that I've shown in today's video, please let me know what you thought of them and what you've made with them to share with others. Everybody has their own opinion about yarn. Some people might like one yarn over another, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I have my own personal opinion, and others may like the yarn that I didn't like. So it's always nice to see what everybody, likes and dislikes, and I give my honest review when I do yarn reviews, which isn't very often, but when I do an honest review about them. I'm not getting paid by any yarn company to review these. These are my own personal opinions. So, all right. And if you already have not and like my content that I've put out and my future content that I will be putting out, please go ahead and hit that subscribe if you haven't already done so, and then the notification bell so you're always aware of when when a new video is posted. All right. Well, until next time, I hope you all stay safe and stay crafty. Have a good one.